morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Mo kí wa káàbọ̀ sí ìpàdé yìí. We want to talk about production, processing, and sales opportunity in the food industry. In the last 4 years, so to say now, going to 4 years, I have been privileged to be in the food industry. And I've also been privileged to have relocated from Lagos to rural, or so to say, the back states of the country, in Ondo State. So I've seen a lot, and I've learned a lot. So part of what I have seen and I have learned is what I want to transfer to you. So, but before we go on, I want to give us a teaser. I don't know how many of us saw this video. Let's go back to it. I want you to listen to this girl talking.
Under credit is calling Africa poor. Don't bash me, I'm going to give you an example, okay? In Uganda, if you see someone walking around with an iPhone 12, they paid cash for it. If you see someone having a house, they built it cash. If you see someone driving a car, it's cash. Because in the world where I come from, if you don't have the money, then you can't buy. We don't have credit. Take example Sweden. I can go to a shop, get an iPhone 12, credit. House, credit. Car, credit. Everything is credit. Even underwear, you can get it on credit. So technically, if you lose your job, you lose everything. And you can go to the streets, okay? In Uganda, if you lose your job, you get to keep everything. You'll just worry, where am I going to get money for school fees? And it came to me like, how the hell the people who live in credit, all people who pay cash?
I think it's over. I don't know how many of us heard what you were saying very well. This girl talking is from Uganda. Uganda is an African country. And her argument was that they are calling African nations poor nations. And in that poor nation, when she wants to go and buy iPhone 12, for example, she pays cash. If she wants to buy a car, she pays cash. Anything she needs, she pays cash. But in those overseas, they are calling rich nations. They buy things on credit. They want to buy phone, it's on credit. They want to buy a car, it's on credit. That they are the poor nation. Why we are the rich nation? Because we are rich enough to pay cash for what we want to buy. Is that true? Are we the rich nation? Is Africa the rich nation? Because we can pay cash for what we are buying. No. It is because we are poor. That's the reason why we are paying cash. And in American car store, the seller will give you a $10,000 car to drive away and be paying on a monthly basis. If it's a poor person, he will not allow you to take that car away on credit. In any case, she doesn't understand what we call the concept of a developed country. The fact that so many people can go and pay cash for some items does not make us a rich country. As a matter of fact, I talked about the fact that our environment is very toxic. Chairman, tó bá ní kan wà toxic. Gbogbo ala mọ̀ oògùn èkúté àti oògùn ẹ̀fọn, they are very toxic. Now, I want us to look at it. What the World Bank says, that when you say a country is developed, that means there is no poverty, there is zero hunger, there is good health and well-being, there is quality education, there is gender equality, there is clean water and sanitation, there is affordable and clean energy, there is decent work and economic growth, there is industry, innovation and infrastructure, there is reduced inequalities. Part of what will reduce inequality is that credit thing she's talking about. You don't have to look for a 2-year money to rent an apartment. Sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, climate action, life below water, life on land, peace, justice, and strong institutions, and partnership for global development. If we begin to score ourselves on these points in Nigeria, what is our score going to look like? How are you going to score Nigeria on peace, justice, and strong institutions? Is there peace in the country? Is there justice in the country? If you want to score us on hunger, can we say there is zero hunger in Nigeria? That means that throughout yesterday night, everybody in Nigeria had food to eat yesterday night before they slept, except those who don't want to eat, either for health reasons or for spiritual reasons. Will you say that there is no poverty in Nigeria? Will you say that everybody has access to clean water and sanitation? They caught some Hausa boys. They were washing mango inside gutter. I don't know how many of us saw that video. You saw it. They bought mango to resell. They were washing it inside gutter. So, absence of clean water and sanitation. So you can see from here that our environment is very, very toxic. It's a high toxic environment in every situation and in all the businesses that we are doing. But be that as it may, your team is talking of identifying profitable business opportunities for aspiring and emerging entrepreneurs. Now, the word profitable distinguishes what you are saying here and what other people may be saying. A business opportunity that is profitable, not just a business opportunity. There are a lot of business opportunities in the country, but talking about the profitable one. And before you can talk of business opportunities, you talk about entrepreneurship. And there is a new definition of it that I want you to pick so that you can follow what I'm saying. It says it is the pursuit of opportunity without regard to the resources currently controlled. That's from a Professor Howard Stevenson of the Harvard Business School. That means you are not looking at the resources that you currently control. So if I talk to you about agriculture now, the fact that you don't have land yet does not mean that you cannot pursue agriculture. The fact that you don't have a tractor does not mean that you cannot pursue agriculture. So don't look at what you have now as I'll be talking to you. Don't look at what is available. But believe there is going to be an opportunity for you and you can pursue that opportunity. So why are we talking agriculture? Why, for example, have I been asked to come and talk about agriculture? And why will I agree to come and talk about agriculture to you? It's not as if I cannot talk on other business areas because of my training as a business consultant. In 2016, the former governor of Lagos State, Mr. Akinwumi Ambode, he said that investors willing to do business in the agri sector in the state can be rest assured of a ready market and returns on investment, as the daily consumption of food items in the state is worth over 3 billion daily. He spoke at the maiden edition of the Lagos Food Security and Exhibition Summit. That is the money that people spend on food on a daily basis in Lagos. That was in some calculation is putting it at about 6 million naira. Owó táwọn èèyàn fi ń jẹun lóòjọ́ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ nìyẹn 3 billion naira as at 2016. Because when you look at it, Lagos alone slaughters about 15,000 cows in a day. And then or modern methods, and whether or not the grass or crop is for commercial or family consumption, and the production of any form of animals, whether or not the animals are to be sold commercially or consumed by the family. That's what we call agriculture. Once upon a time, before I went to the university, I was rearing rabbits. I had about 157 rabbits. They were not for commercial, there was nobody to buy them. Rarely people buy rabbits. Students that want to do biology practical. And when government canceled day-level classes, nobody was doing biology practical of opening and dissecting rabbits or any other animal again. So it was just for like family consumption and dash out. But today, rabbit rearing has become a very big business for those who are in it because of just one person. It's called Bella Rabbit. He was working in Access Bank. He started rearing rabbits. He started opening markets for rabbit meat. He went to the big hotels and said, look, rabbit meat is sweeter than chicken. People can buy grilled or whole rabbit meat, grilled. Before you know it, he had opened market for rabbits. Before you know it, he opened market for the sale of rabbit waste and rabbit urine, selling at very high prices for people that want to use it to produce organic fertilizer. Rabbit business is a big business today. There's a rabbit farm close to me in Ijuta, Ogbolu there. A whole upstairs, up and down, and another 2 plots across the road. All rabbits. You get there, you will marvel at what the man, he came from overseas. He was living in the US before and came to Nigeria and started rearing rabbits. See, so either you are producing for commercial or for home family, you are still talking of agriculture. Now, processing, that is the transformation or packaging or sorting or grading of your livestock or livestock products, your agricultural commodities, plants or plant products into goods that are used for intermediate human consumption or conversion to products for industrial and non-food materials. That is processing. When you do agriculture, you must process. You can't eat rice the way you harvested it. You can't eat beans the way you harvested it. Cocoa, that is one of the biggest earners of money in agriculture, you can't eat it just the way you harvest it. You can only lick it when you lick it and throw away the seed. You are wasting it. It still undergoes the processing of fermentation, drying, before it goes into the factory for the production of your chocolate and all these your drinks. So it is another arm of the business entirely. Some people are into production, some people are into processing. Both of them fetches money. But the person who is to processing makes far, far greater money than the person who is into production. The farmer that is planting cocoa in the bush in all over Nigeria here, they are making just 4% of the gain on cocoa. what is coming to them is just like 4% of the total profit on cocoa planting or cocoa processing. Whereas the man in the US who has never seen cocoa tree before, who is producing chocolate, is making over 75% of the gain because he is into processing. So when you talk agriculture, don't think alone of, oh, these people are asking me to go and bend down and take a hoe and begin to cultivate land. It may not be. Then talking about the sales opportunity. Sales opportunity